Yo, my name is Rabbit and welcome to my channel. In today's reaction, we're going to be watching Yellowstone Season 1, Episode 1, Daybreak. Okay, so I gotta start off by saying is I have seen some clips about this show. I know about there's like drama in the last season and everything where they killed one of the main actors. I don't know exactly which actor it is or not, but I know there's like drama around the show a little bit, and I know some things about the show. Like I've watched some clips about the show on YouTube, like just like my other reactions. I wanted to watch something other than all comic book movies and shows, so I thought this would be a good thing to start with watching Yellowstone, and I'm gonna watch all the other Taylor Sheridan shows all the way through Yellowstone, 1923, 1883, Landman, The Madisons. I'm gonna watch all those shows eventually on here while also watching all the comic book stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in watching the full uncut, unedited reaction of this reaction, it will be available on my Patreon page. If not, the edited version is always available here on my YouTube. But with all that being said, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And let's get straight into watching Episode 1, Daybreak. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting these episodes to be an hour and 32 minutes long. Aw, look at you, horsey. Oh, the horsey looks pretty damaged. Oh, you look damaged as hell too. What happened to you? I believe his name's John.
I know, you just
oh my god, look at the horse's leg. That shit's coming out of his leg, the bone. Oh, he's about to put it out of his misery. What the fuck happened here? There's like shit flipped over everywhere. Was that the only horse in the trailer? I hope so. I don't want to see more dead horses. Well, at least the tractor didn't flip because we know that big bitch was not going to flip. Well, that's an interesting way to start this. I'm guessing we're going to find out later in the season what the hell happened here. If it's like 1923, we didn't find out till episode 3 what happened at the beginning. Paradise Valley. Well, here comes the cop. Took the response time long enough. He's been walking around forever. Hey, buddy, you might want to put that gun away with them showing up and shit.
Things we lose to keep you fed.
Damn. Wait, did you do this on purpose? Is that what you're saying?
Commissioner, you alright?
Oh, he's the commissioner. This commissioner status means something different in Montana than it does in like a city, because commissioner means like you're in charge of the whole police force. Like Commissioner James Gordon in like the DC would be like he's in charge of all of Gotham, but I don't know if that means something different in Montana or not. I'm gonna guess it does. It seems like something that would mean a little bit different there. Actually, it's probably the livestock commissioner. That's probably what that means. Especially since this whole show has to do with like horses and cattle and shit, I'm pretty sure. Not actually 100% sure that's what this has to be with. I know a lot of people get murdered in this show, and they get taken to the train station when they don't obey by the Duttons.
The state of Montana has never gauged its progress by the size of its cities.
That's Jamie. I'm 90% sure he dies in the last season, if I'm not mistaken. I recognize the voice. That did sound like one hell of a lecture he was given right then.
The Constitution clearly denotes the state's right to eminent domain and grants the authority to condemn property for the public good.
So you can just condemn the building because the state wants you to condemn the building? That seems like a flawed shit.
We're 30 miles away, and our population is less than it was 40 years ago.
Damn.
Why? Because their fence guarantees we don't grow.
What's their property? Why don't you... They can do whatever the fuck they want on their property.
Poetic, if it were true, since Dutton founded the town.
The Duttons founded the town? That's cool as hell to be in the history of being able to found a town.
Public need, not desire.
I think that's enough posturing. Let's put it to a vote.
The plaintiff hasn't shown any legal imperative for a vote. No. This case is dismissed.
She's in the Duttons' pockets, isn't she? That seemed like it was called She's in the Pockets of the Duttons.
Cut his land, be my guest. You're a braver man than me.
You're just gonna get yourself killed. That's what that meant. So this whole show is just about saving the Dutton Ranch, I do believe. It's their land. You're not gonna try to build roads on their land by what's called taking it. That's not how that works, or that's not how that should work. They bought the land, they own the land, it's their land.
You find this guy. Yellow Pages.
Let's go, KC!
Ed says he works with problem horses.
Oh, we're not actually going to see him capture the horse? I actually wanted to see him capture it. That might be a hard thing to film. Who knows?
God damn it, Bob. I didn't come here to do business with these people. I came here to do business
Beth,
with you.
let's go.
Screaming halfway down the hall.
Yeah, we can definitely hear him screaming.
Thought we were going to try and work this out, Bob.
We've been trying to work this out for 3 hours, Craig.
Is that Doc Ock? I believe he plays Doc Ock as Spider-Man, doesn't he? Is that who that is?
Not going to be bullied by your hatchet man, Bob.
I would look at her when you're speaking about her. Beth's crazy. She'll throw you out the window.
I'll tell you what.
What's going to happen?
Will drop below 10. SEC will suspend trading. Every creditor you have will file on your
Damn.
company will be Chapter 11 by Friday. And since we're your largest creditors, I can promise you there'll be no negotiating then.
Beth is the attack dog. You should look at her whenever you're going to speak to her.
You will have the unique distinction of being the only drilling company to go bankrupt in the largest oil boom of the last century.
God damn, she just told him off. I didn't understand half of what she said, but she just told him to fuck off right there. Now she has that man crying. You disrespected her, and now she just fucking took your whole company from you.
Your company tomorrow or killing it?
Yeah, buddy, it's up to you. We restructuring or killing it? We're restructuring it. Okay, that's a good choice. Is he Doc Ock or not? I can't tell. He's super old now, so I can't really tell. He kind of looks like him, but he kind of doesn't at the same time. I think it's the gray hair that's throwing me off. He called him a bitch. Slap his ass. Throw him out the window.
I just saved your house to put your kids through college. Maybe you should say something more appropriate.
Yeah, say it a little bit more appropriate.
Thank you.
There we go. That's a very good answer.
You're welcome.
I love Beth. He's such a badass. Like, most of the clips I've seen on the show are Beth-related clips of her doing something absolutely insane and crazy. He finally got the horse, and it's in the trailer trying to break the hell out. I guess he was crazy enough to go get that horse. Like I said, they probably didn't show it because it's probably a hard thing to film, or they don't want to torture the horse to what's called to be able to get it filmed. But that horse sounds like it's about to break the fuck out. It's like keeps hitting the side of the what's called the stall. Or trailer, I should say, not stall. FYI, I've watched the first 2 episodes of Marshall's. I've been watching it because it comes on before Tracker, and I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch it. But yeah, I know his wife dies in that. I kind of get spoiled about the whole Casey plotline, other than the other stuff, but yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Damn, Tate is small as hell in this show compared to what's called Marshall's, though.
How are you planning on getting him out?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is Monica.
Making this up as I go, Bates. Step back a bit further, Bobby.
Yeah, I would step 20 feet. Give him a 20-tweet gap. This motherfucker's gonna trample you. Is he gonna pull it and run, or is he gonna... Oh, he's gonna walk it out. Oh, he has it tied to the edge. No wonder it's so pissed off. You got it tied up. That's it. Back it up very slowly. Oh, he's moving back. There he goes. That thing is crazy as fuck. Now it's just gonna run in circles for hours until it's tired. It takes a year to tame a horse? That thing is crazy as hell. Right? Someone's ass is gonna be numb breaking that thing.
Free tomorrow? Could use a hand. Yeah, sure.
A hand with what, though?
Bring a horse.
Not that one.
That one.
Yeah, we're not bringing that one. That one would probably buck him off so fast if he was to take that one. Actually, he probably wouldn't be able to get on that one.
I got parent conferences tonight, so you're on tape patrol.
She's a teacher? Okay, we're learning stuff about her. She's a teacher. You did take his freedom. Look at the veins on him. You just see all the veins popping out. I'm pretty sure that's what they were, the veins. But yeah, you definitely took his freedom. I feel bad for horses like this. I don't know. Do they have a better life being what's called with people, or do they get a better life being free? There's 2 sides to every story.
Better at this.
So the mother's dead.
Really good at it?
Doctors. Smart ass Jamie, this is why you die. I just know Jamie's a big asshole that what's called turns on the family. Basically the only thing I know about him. I know he's dead because of Marshall's too, though.
When you say no, it must be the death of the question.
I understand.
If there's even a hint of maybe, the questions won't stop until they find something you can't say no to.
That is very true. No has to be no. You can't make it seem like it's a maybe when it's a definite no.
You gotta learn when to think like a lawyer, you understand, and when to think like a landowner. Well, a lawyer's all you're ever gonna be.
That's a good way to put that. You have to be able to, what's called, turn it off and on depending on who you need to be in that conversation. Do they have their own helicopter?
I told them no.
No, I believe you said I would love to hear you tell my father that. Meeting for what?
Badge out with you today. Take a rifle too.
I mean, it won't give us any trouble over strays.
Bro, your hat is sweaty as a motherfucker. Is this his other sons? I only knew about the 2 sons. Jamie, we heard you, but he doesn't give a fuck.
Leverage is knowing if someone had all the money in the world, this is what they'd buy.
What, the land? 30,000 acres is a lot of acres, I believe. I'd put money on it that there's a helicopter crash at some point in the show. It just seems like the show to have a helicopter crash. What is happening here? This seems like it's some kind of festival going on. I do believe they mentioned it when they were what's called bringing the horse out of the what's called trailer.
I'm sorry I'm late. I wanted to see the reservation first.
Did you enjoy your tour?
No. No? I did not.
Well, she's straight to the point. She did not enjoy whatever the fuck they showed her. You could have lied and said yes.
Imagine all your mother overcame just to raise you here.
I never met my mother. Till I was 18, I thought I was Mexican. When I turned 18, my adoption records were unsealed, and imagine my surprise.
He was adopted by a Mexican family, and they raised him as a Mexican. That's the biggest lie ever.
They thought they were giving me a better chance at life. That's this nation's policy toward us. If we want a better life, all we have to do is stop being Indian.
I'm going to change that policy.
You were very confident by the way you said that. Stuff I do know about this show is that the Duttons don't let anything change in this damn town.
Senator, you've never driven a road, or walked a trail, skied a mountain in Montana that didn't belong to my people first.
That's usually how it happens. I think all of America was taken land, isn't it not? I might be wrong about that, but I believe it was all taken land. Spent it? What the hell does that word mean? I'm guessing that means take it back, if I was to guess. Spent it just sounds like a crazy word.
Thomas Rainwater!
Yeah. I know he ends up being a good guy towards the end of the seasons. I see that they're trying to set up the plot here. They're saying a lot of shit that I have no idea what it means. So it's gonna take me some time to realize what the big, what's called, plot is for the season.
30 miles in the most pristine wilderness in North America.
If I'm understanding correctly, most of this is basically just like the res and these guys here are having problem with trying to build around the Yellowstone. The Yellowstone's what's called causing a bunch of issues for everyone, basically, is what I'm getting out of this so far. Montana's such a beautiful state, though. I've never been there, but all the pictures and shit from all these shows all look beautiful as hell when they're in the mountains and like by the rivers and shit. Yeah, give me some more Beth scenes. He is eyeing the fuck out of her. This is either gonna go very badly or bad. There's no in between with Beth.
Gonna buy another drink?
Why not?
She does love her alcohol. Ooh, she's about to roast the fuck out of him.
You're in real estate or something equally as unimportant. Married,
Okay.
a couple of kids, one on the way. That was your excuse to come out here.
Oh, was it now? Or mosquito in my room.
You came
Fuck.
alone because none of your friends can afford it, and those who do, they have wives that are a lot smarter than yours, 'cause let's be honest.
Bro, she just read this motherfucker like a book. I wonder how much of this is actually true or not. You literally went on about her. She was just returning it.
It's not hunting you.
Oh, she's here for work. She's hunting someone to get
You look
something.
like a real soft-fucked head.
She put that motherfucker in his place. He's going back home. I don't know where he came from, but he's about to be going back home after meeting her. I hope he doesn't try shit with her because she'll beat his ass. Ah, this is not good. There's a whole standoff going off right now. Nah, Grandpa, get back on your horse. Okay, he just escalated that big
Whatever happens
time.
next happens to you first.
Ooh. Damn, brother, you got, that's a little bit aggressive of some firepower you got there. Buddy got the 12 times scope on that thing. Respect your veterans. You had one of his own guys on the ground pinned. I'm pretty sure he said respect your veterans, but like that doesn't make sense if you have one of his own guys pinned.
Boy, you sure made a mess of this. It was a mess when I got here.
It does seem like it was a mess.
Livestock Commission's got no authority here. Those look like livestock to me.
They do look like livestock.
I'm calling a shot. Fresh, you said that. Straight face, man.
Ah, buddy thinks he runs the place out here. He said that with a straight face. Let me guess, the fence was what's called vandalized. And Casey's over there, the one stealing all the cattle. Casey's on what's called the Rez's side because of his wife. Damn, Casey's really stealing the cattle from his own father. That's fucking insane.
You know, there was barbed wire on this fence a week ago.
I told you, I knew it, the fence was vandalized. I just had that feeling.
I know. Now clear them out.
I was guessing the Rez had something to do with what's called the vandalism of the road too, where he crashed his truck. I don't know exactly if the road was vandalized or not, and that's why the truck's what's called crashed. So we've seen the national anthem at livestock auctions. Since when is that a thing? I'm like, I don't know anything about livestock auctions, but that seems like crazy to see national anthem at them, doesn't it? I hope that was not offensive to anybody in the livestock scene because I had no idea. It was a genuine question. Jamie, what'd you fuck up this time?
We have any legal recourse on reservation land?
Civil, maybe? But if you're talking prosecution, we need friends in the U.S. Attorney's Office.
You have any friends in the U.S. Attorney Office?
Mix them.
Mix them. I guess that's a no. You gotta go mix them, Jamie.
The word has that you're hiring. Jimmy's the only family I have left. Favors to me, not to him.
Who the hell is Jimmy? Name sounds familiar, but I can't place the face. I'll know who the character is when I see his face. I can't place the face with the name currently.
Governor?
John, how are you?
Hello. Well, he has the governor in his pocket by the look of it. He has no senators, but he has a governor. Does the senators outrank the governor? I actually don't know the way what's called that works.
How concerned should I be about this issue on the res?
Big time, probably.
It's a new chief showing off for his voters. We've all done it.
Yeah, but he destroyed the fence, it's called, to get the cattle on the land. I'm like, you've all done that? Like vandalizing other people's property to get the cattle on the other side? Schedule that lunch and that touch. Yeah, that's like a sexual lunch right there. They both need to blow off some steam. That's definitely what that meant right there. Look at Jamie over there smiling and talking and shit. Bro is not impressed by his son at all. That just pissed him off. Look at him. They haven't showed anything about the bunkhouse shit. Isn't that like the main part of the show? All the bunkhouse shit? I get that they're trying to set the plot and all that currently, but like, shouldn't there be showing the cowboys?
They're building a city.
She slept with that motherfucker just to get the blueprints of the city shit? Is that kind of insane that he uses his daughter to do that? He's just using her as a weapon. Is it a bad thing to build a new city in Montana if it doesn't, what's called, affect the Yellowstone? Or is it going to affect the Yellowstone? I don't really know much about how close the city's going to be to the Yellowstone. But if it's like miles away from the Yellowstone, I don't see why it's that big of a deal. Unless it starts affecting his land and they start trying to steal it.
I didn't know them were your cattle. Would it have made a difference?
Would it have made a difference? I would like to know that too. Which side are you on at this point right here?
You don't want to be on the wrong side of this, son. Yeah, well, the list of things I don't want is endless. You telling me what to do is one of them. I'm not telling you what to do. I just don't want you to get in trouble.
Trouble with who, though?
Knowing there were sides, I wouldn't have been there at all.
He wouldn't have been there if he knew they were your cattle. At least he's still on your side. But I guarantee you he's going to pick his wife's side no matter what. And so it's going to be he picking the rest of the side.
Come see Tate playing the dirt, maybe even join him. He's at Monica's parents.
This is like not a very friendly conversation here. These two hate each other. Or I'm guessing Casey hates his father.
Casey. Someday your son's going to test you. He's going to force you to make a decision that not only determines his future, but your place in it.
That line was used in the first episode of Marshall. I didn't realize it's going to be used in the first episode of the show. I knew eventually that line was going to be used in this show, but like, I didn't think it was going to be in the first episode. I remember him talking to Tate and Marshall's, and he said that at the very end of the episode, I believe. He was literally here the whole time. Bro, they lied like crazy to him. He was there the whole fucking time. It's definitely going to be one of those situations where he doesn't want him to know the grandson. But then when he does, he's going to be pissed off that he has a better, nicer to him than he was as him as a kid. I've actually seen this scene before. I believe he brands somebody, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, I do know who Jimmy is. Okay. I just couldn't place the face earlier. Oh, he just tased the fuck out of him. Like, what the fuck? Bro, tased him and what's called tied him up in his own house. That's fucking crazy.
You know what? You might do all right in prison. You got the lips for it.
Oh, that's gonna hurt, bro. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck? That can never happen to me, man. You need to get me high or drunk or something first before you're making me do that shit.
And all this shit. And
you better sedate me.
Sheriff's office. And it's good riddance to your sorry ass. Or you prove that you deserve another chance. From what I can see, you don't.
Your grandpa thinks that it's called you need a second chance, so it's probably gonna hurt worse when it gets cold. So you better do this while it's still super warm. Oh, Rip has it? No, I would be screaming like a bitch. I'm sorry. Do you really have to hold it on that long? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's not sizzling anymore. It's just burning now. There's no way you wouldn't be screaming like a bitch.
You know where the ranch is? You start Monday.
Bro, this got the shit branded out of him. That's not cool. That shit has to hurt like a bitch. I really want to know how it feels, but I don't want to experience it. But she's fine as fuck. What's the movie I've watched her in? I think it's the one with, it's like she runs through the snow and dies. It's the one with John Berthold in it. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I know she's in the movie.
He just wants to know his grandson. I guess we could give him that. What do you think?
You know what
she's not gonna fuck with that at all.
But we'll give it to him anyway. It'll happen to us too someday.
Well, that's sad as hell, me knowing that she dies at the end of this, what's called, show. Or she dies at the beginning of Marshall's, technically. And 90% of the people, I've seen people react to this, that hate her character. Maybe I'll end up hating her character, maybe I'll like her character, but who knows, we'll have to wait to find out as watching more episodes. But eventually we're gonna learn more about her character and she's gonna develop. I love these cinematic ass shots they do where it's like 30 seconds of just like going from shot to shot with no words at all. It's just showing like the land. Okay, I understand the difference there, and it is working and not running it. I understand the difference there. Why the hell you need a broom for? Is that a broom? I actually can't tell what the fuck that is. I guess we're gonna find out, but it looked like a giant broom. But I was like, why do you need a broom in the middle of what's called the field? Or he's fast as fuck for being super old. Actually, I don't know how old he is technically. Is she pregnant? Is that what's going to be finding out? The cow puppies! They better not show nothing crazy. I hope it's alive and not gonna be dead, because I'd be very sad if it's dead. I don't know what breach means. Oh, it stood up! Wait, would that cow actually stand up that fucking fast? I'm like, you just pulled it out. Why is it running away already? That seemed like some movie, what's called magic shit there, where it just like ran away for the cinematicness, but it actually wouldn't do that in real life. I feel like it would lay there for a while and the mama would have to lick it clean before it actually got up.
I see a life I gotta feed and defend until it grows up and feeds me.
That's a good way to what's called put it, I guess.
That's what a cowboy should see.
It is a cowboy way of seeing it, but I guess as a civilian of myself, that was a good way to what's called look at it.
7 months, whether it feeds anyone or not. I wish I saw it different, Dad. We see it the way we see it, son.
So your son sees more stuff as cowboys, and where you see it more as running the ranch. So there's a difference there. I don't know if you can train somebody into it's called. The way he mentioned that is you can't. I think the problem is he sees stuff as a cowboy. Someone's playing golf on his land. They're about to get their ass shot, aren't they? I can't tell. Are they on his land or are they, what's called, hitting golf balls onto his land? Oh, never mind. It looks like it's on the edge of his land.
A friend of mine in Jackson Hole was talking about their rodeo. Bozeman doesn't have one. Why not?
That's a good point. Why doesn't it have the rodeos? I really, it'd be cool to see a rodeo in real life. That's one thing I do want to do. It's on my bucket list.
You want to build subdivisions? Move to Dallas. I won't have them here. That's right. Nothing happens in this valley I don't know about.
Progress doesn't need your permission.
Bro, he was so, what's it called, confused how he knew right then. He was like, damn, he already knows that I, what's it called, have this shit. Or he already knows what I'm about to be doing.
I think it's ego. I think it chaps your ass to walk through a grocery store and nobody knows who you are.
You bet your ass it does, because every family you move in moves a family I know out.
That is a good point. And also, the stuff I do know about these shows, the Duttons do have egos. But the egos were earned over the decades and centuries of their being on this farm.
I'm skipping straight to or else with you, you cocksucker. From now on, or else is all you get.
Ooh, he just threatened your life, buddy. What you gonna do about that?
You owe me a horse, you son of a bitch.
Do you? What horse? Oh, the horse at the beginning of this episode that died? So that was his doing. He broke the road that caused the crash, or did he cause the, what's called, trailer to collapse and fall over?
You look nervous, Rip. Like a stray dog who can't enjoy being in the house because he's so worried about the broom.
He's so worried about getting the broom. I love the way she put that. Where she's making him feel super uncomfortable right now. Come on, make the move, buddy. You know you're going to. You eventually marry her, so just do it right now anyway. Well, it looks like he chose number 2. Buddy's aggressive as hell. Guy in the bar, she said he was a soft fuck. That's what she meant by that. I believe she starts yelling at him and kicks him out, if I'm not mistaken.
This weekend.
Oh, this got pissed off. She got pissed off. You asked her on a date and now she's pissed off. See what you did there, buddy? She doesn't want to be on the date.
Always remember your dick is being bigger.
Yo, what the fuck? Poor buddy. Bro, he asks her on a date and she literally gets all pissed off and walks out. That's not the type of relationship she wants, or the type of relationship she can feel at the moment. Type of situation. I don't know which one it is. What kind of ice cream is that? Is it chocolate? I can't tell. It looks super light to be chocolate. Bro, he's so tiny and adorable. There's like a 20-something probably in the, by the time what's called Marshall's comes around.
Eat it from the top so it doesn't fall off.
That's such a good dad moment there. He gave him his own ice cream. Bro just eyeballed Casey like a motherfucker. I'm guessing because he's a Dutton. That's why he was eyeballing him. But he gave him the craziest stink eye right then. That's this one nice-ass farm. Or I'd say ranch. Farm, not farm. I believe if it's over a certain amount of acres, it's a ranch and not a farm. Bro, they all eyeballing the fuck out of Casey pulling up then. He's about to be a happy grandpa.
You know how to ride a horse?
Of course I do. I'm Indian.
He said that so confident. Of course I do. I think I'd be a little bit concerned if he didn't know how to ride it, living in Montana, especially where he's raised and by whose parents are.
I dated women with shorter hair than you. Yeah, you sure there were women, Lee? I know.
Last time I saw you, that was high and tight.
I love that these two have a good relationship. They're the only siblings that have a good relationship in this show.
Hey, Case, let's go.
Any chance you'd join us?
Yeah, let's go, Beth. Go out there and join them.
Those fucking things.
I believe she's scared of horses, right? Like, she won't go on a horse. I can't remember why she won't go on a horse, but I know she refuses to go on horses.
Let me do it, Grandpa.
Do it?
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah. I've loved this episode so far. The brother bonding going on out there and the grandpa and grandson bonding. All the generations of Duttons are bonding right now. I don't know shit about Lee at all. I don't remember seeing him in any of the clips that I've watched before. They do this on horses? I thought they usually go out there and what's called stand in the middle of the river when they do it. Okay, that's right there exactly what I thought they do. Is like when they get down in the river and do it themselves. To me personally, if I could choose to be able to, I would live in a place like this to be able to go out there and go fly fishing and be able to sit in the river and go fishing. Then you have a bonfire and be able to eat the fish out of the tinfoil. That'd be cool as fuck. That's probably true. He's only here because of you, Casey.
He told me to leave. He told us all to leave. You were just the only one who did.
He made the choice and did it. What's so different about it? I don't know that. I want to know why.
38-year-old bachelor living in your father's house, working 100-hour weeks for a nibble of his approval. Is that the dream?
Damn, he just called him the fuck out. Casey's such an asshole, bruh. This is about to escalate.
Hey.
Bro thinks I'm my dad.
Hey.
Fucker.
Take.
What? Oh, why throw the fish though? That was your food, buddy. You could have threw a rock too. Yeah, it's just brothers arguing. He took that so serious right then.
You gonna tell me there's no fight in that blood?
That was the Dutton of him coming out right then.
If I were to dam the river, I'd do it right there around the bend.
And that would cut all the water supply off from what's called the Yellowstone. Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm not going to lie to you. There's going to be a severe impact to your land. Erosion's my biggest concern.
My biggest concern is a subdivision sucking on our river.
Nothing you can do.
They're definitely gonna figure something out. I've seen a clip where I believe they blow what's called the mountain up and it like reroutes the river, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know exactly how it happens, but I believe that's what they do somehow.
I want you to stop it, Ron. You should move it.
He wants you to move the river. He's like, what? How the fuck do you want me to move the river there? It makes no sense, but there's always a way.
They divvying up the cattle?
You don't like it. Maybe you shouldn't have rounded them up.
Bro is such a smart ass. I see Mad Dog and Casey like that. Doesn't Casey have like more kills than you as a SEAL?
That's the Navy Cross.
Oh, Casey's gotten the Navy Cross? That's way more impressive than any medal you can get that. Yeah, like that's way more impressive than whatever you could have done. That means you saved your team's life, like multiple people, right? To get a Navy Cross? I believe that's what it entails. He's here to butter up Casey because he's a Dutton living on the res. That's definitely what he's here to be doing.
Well, if you plan on keeping his cattle, you'll get to know him real well.
Yes, you will. Better give that cattle back.
Bargaining chips. Politicians are like crabs. We move sideways to go forward.
Oh, okay.
Won't get you too far with him.
No, it probably will not.
He says he'll do something. Nothing will stop him if you call that honest.
He's gonna kill your family, take the cattle back, and what's it called, drop you at the train station. Casey's not gonna betray his family or his father, because that's not just gonna affect his father. It's gonna affect his sister. It's gonna affect his brothers. It's gonna affect him. It's gonna affect everybody. It's not just affecting his father.
They don't belong to you. Every one of them wears a brand. Anybody tries to move them off the res.
They'll never leave the res.
Just because they wandered off to another land doesn't automatically switch ownership. I guess it's the whole plot point is they're thinking it does, but like, don't you like register cattle and you own cattle? So if you steal cattle, can't you go to jail for stealing the cattle because you have it registered?
You stand there on a ranch the size of Rhode Island, accuse me of
the size of Rhode Island. Damn, that is one big ass ranch.
Letting some crippled old man ride his lame horse outrode your half-tamed buffalo.
Yo, let that man do what he wants. He wants to go out there and hunt, let him hunt. Well, that's his dinner for a while. Isn't that your own people? So why are you so pissed off about it? He wanted to go out there and hunt. Why are you pissed off at him for letting him do it? Shouldn't you be pissed off at your own person for doing it? I'm like, he's a veteran. You weren't going to tell him off. Neither of you are going to tell the veteran off, so might as well just let him do it. But this episode is so damn long. I feel like I'm watching a movie, but I realize there's more episodes after this, so I'm realizing it's not a movie. It's an episode.
Your father will try to take them back.
And he probably will secede somehow.
We had every right to take them.
They're all trying to turn Casey in different ways.
You will be judged for the actions of your father.
He's going to be judged either way, yeah.
Nothing, you will be judged for that too.
Either way, he's in a lose-lose situation. I feel bad for Casey. He's always in a lose-lose situation.
This is my home.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, you have two homes, buddy. He wants him to take his daughter and granddaughter and go move in with on what's called Yellowstone. That's not where I was expecting this conversation to go.
And we are not your people.
Damn, that probably just hurt his soul right then. Deep down, he understands that. He married her, but he's not actually part of it. If you know what I'm talking about. I didn't word that right at all.
Come on, get on.
Damn, just threw his shit over there. Hope he didn't break the shit. He also probably does not give a fuck. Get on the horse, Jimmy. He just said he didn't know how to ride it. Dynamite. Oh, they are what's called relocating the dam already. Or relocating the river already. I didn't think that was going to happen in episode 1. This is one hell of a fuck you by relocating a river just so they don't have water to what's called build a subdivision. That subdivision basically just can't be built now after they relocate the water. What's the ATVs for if you're what's called sending all the horses out there? Wouldn't the horses be better out there over the ATVs? I think horses are faster than ATVs. I feel bad for Casey right now. He's so conflicted right now. Either way, like I said, he's in a lose-lose situation no matter what he does. But I'm sure he's going to make the right decision eventually. Or end up making the right decision. He's probably gonna do his best, so it's called play both sides, and he's not gonna be able to play both sides. Well, so far he's been trying to play both sides and he hasn't been doing a very good job at it. Or he's been doing, I guess, an okay job at it. Are they going to 2 different locations? Is the horses going to, it's called the mountain, and the other cars are going where? I feel like they have 2 different, what's called, agendas going on right now. They're about to strike in 2 different places at the same time. That's what this seems like right now, because they took the interstate somewhere and Rip and them went up the mountain. That makes more sense why they took the ATVs.
I just saw a trout. Shut the fuck up. Crank this thing until I tell you to stop.
Bro was so impressed by the fish, and Rip said, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. Oh, that was by far the funniest thing so far in this show. Holy shit.
Holy shit, is this legal?
Probably not.
What do you care?
Yeah, it's true.
Yellowstone was gonna keep me out of trouble.
No.
It's the only skill you got. The only difference now is you ain't gonna get caught.
Oh, is that how that works? I'm guessing they never get caught. Now they have somebody that's super powerful, that what's called, has people in his pocket. His name's John Dunn, so yeah, you're not gonna get caught. You better not accidentally blow yourself up. I don't understand how you relocate a river. Like, how do you do that? Don't you have to like have like the rocks and everything set up? How are the fish and stuff going to survive if you relocate the river to somewhere that doesn't have like the environment they need? I guess over time it'll build back up over decades. It'll build back up to where they'll be able to live there, but there's going to be no rocks there. It's just going to look super man-made instead of what's called natural, like the river currently does with all the rocks. That river is going to be fast as fuck going down there. I don't think you're going to be able to fish on that new river.
We're in position.
They did have 2 different agendas. I was right. One went to blow up the mountain, and the others went to what's called take the cattle back. They were doing 2 with 1 stone. They were showing you don't fuck with the Yellowstone. Oh shit, the helicopter's coming in.
Get ready.
It's like some Afghanistan hit going on right now. They're coming in with the birds and by foot. Like they hey-hoed in, and now they're on the horses, and now there's a helicopter coming in to be Overwatch. This feels like a war movie, but it's about cattle. It's just absolutely good. Look at him, he's ready to fucking go. He's gonna shoot the helicopter. I told you there's gonna be a helicopter crash. I could just feel it. They saw him clock the gun and they fucking were out of there. Fuck yeah, go, 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 go.
Who's that? Is that one of ours?
And that looks like it's Casey. So Casey picked the Reza side over his father? Damn. I can't tell which way he's trying to move them. Did he pick his father's side or not?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, they're taking fire. I told you there's gonna be a bird, it's called down. Oh, look at all the cops there. God damn. Oh, they're having a shoot off with the police. That's not good. That is not good at all. Yeah, you better abort. Bro, they had the police out there already and everything. Like, god damn. Well, they shot first. They were shooting at the helicopter, so they just returned fire. That's literally all they did.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there. This is a guy from what's called Teen Wolf. That's where I know him from. Yeah, Casey. I don't know which side Casey picked. Does he pick the Reza side or his father's side? I can't tell which way he's trying to move the cattle. I'm like not very aware of this area. I told you this shit's like a war zone right now. They're just trying to take out the helicopter. This is about to be Black Hawk Down. Bro, just making a point. He put them in a dust cloud. I think they're trying to make a distraction so what's called Lee can get out of there because they're deep out there on the horses. Okay, they're through. Yeah, that was a good distraction. They used the dust cloud to get out of there. Well, it looks like they got most of the cows back. So did Casey actually help in that? I guess Casey did pick his father's side. Maybe. Lee's about to die. Oh, it's Casey. Oh fuck! Oh shit! I was joking. He actually is about to die. I thought he wasn't after he saw Casey through the scope, but goddamn! Oh fuck! He's not moving. He's down for the count.
I want them back.
Did he paralyze him? Is that what? Oh shit! Casey's like, that's Casey's brother right there. Like, he's gonna get his get back. Don't you fucking worry.
Look at you.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Isn't that his brother-in-law technically too? Bro killed his brother and he's killed him.
No, there's no such thing as heaven.
Ooh! Bro just executed his motherfucker in the middle of the wood. I mean, out the middle of the field. Technically, he just executed his own brother too. Paralyzed his system, I think. I think he hit him in it's called the. If you shoot him like in the right place, they drown in their own blood and they're paralyzed. I believe that's where he just hit him. Because the way he like slumped up and could only move his head. That makes more sense. I had no idea who Lee was, so it makes sense that he fucking dies. Oh, bro, Casey's gonna feel hurt because he chose the Rez's side and it led to his brother's death. Damn, that's so fucked. I feel bad for him. Is this gonna be what's called, now he's gonna side with his family and he's gonna try to burn the Rez down? I would not burn the Rez down, but he's gonna try to go after Rainwater and shit for causing this. Also, that is his brother-in-law, yes? That is Monica's brother. So is that gonna cause a little bit of toxicness between the two? Aw, bro, he's bringing his brother home.
Tell him to hold on.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on the chopper. Imagine his feeling too, riding towards both his sons, and one of them's dead, and the other one's like all covered in his own son's blood, or is covered in his brother's blood. He's not even gonna comfort his own son. He's sending him to Jamie. He's not even gonna comfort his own son here. I guess they had to get rid of move the body. You know how bad Casey probably feels right now? Because like I said, he picked the Rez's side and he ended up what's called getting his brothers killed. I'm like, it doesn't really matter what he did because he was in a lose-lose situation no matter what. Well, this is poetic as hell. This is literally what the last episode of 1883 is literally what happened in it.
Just rest here a bit.
I guess 1883 was written like 7 years after this pilot was right here, but yeah.
Pick a spot together.
It's just like 6 generations of Duttons later, and they do the exact same thing. Well, looks like he picked the spot right there. The one thing I do know about Taylor Sheridan and all his shows, apparently, that he uses like wildlife and like birds, hawks, and stuff to what's called a metaphor to speak from for the dead to speak from beyond the grave. Oh, they're taking Casey's home in the what's called helicopter. He's like, nice to see you, but sorry to tell you that your brother's dead. My fault. I had to kill him. He killed my brother. So it was like brother on brother violence, and it was a get back. Not brother on brother violence. That's not what I meant. It was like, killed my brother, I kill you. It's like how it happens. This motherfucker. Is it gonna be dry as fuck? The river gonna be dry as hell. I hope we don't see like dead fish flopping around or dead fish dead. That would be so sad. That's the only thing I was gonna feel bad for is if dozens of dead fish just laying in the bottom of the river. Gotcha, bitch. You ain't got water nowhere. It's 13,000 acres of a Dutton ranch. They could put that river where the fuck they wanted. What's called move it around. That was so worth waiting. This guy's face. Look how. Yeah, fuck. Fuck you, bitch.
Dispute over cattle between tribal police, BLM officers, and members of Montana's Livestock Association turned deadly last night.
That turned deadly as fuck. It did.
What did Casey tell you?
The usual.
Usual what?
Nothing.
I don't think you should want to know what the hell happened.
How could you know he wanted the cattle that bad?
He didn't want cattle. He wanted this.
Yeah, he did want that. He wanted this big time.
You have the full weight of my office behind you.
Thank you, Senator.
Oh, she switched sides real fast, she did. What's called, John wanted a senator in his back pocket, and this gave what's called Rainwater a senator in his back pocket instead. That's crazy how that turned like that. This has been one hell of a jam-packed episode. Like, it didn't feel like anything was rushed. Everything was like spread out pretty good. So far, it's been one hell of an episode. Where's Beth? She didn't react to the brother's death at all. Like, did we not get to see her reaction? It was called her brother dying. That's one thing I hate about shows is when they do time jumps after a character's death, or they don't show certain characters that should have a big reaction to the character's death. They don't show it. Network television does that a lot, where they do like a time jump after killing one of the main characters at the season finale. It'll be like 7 months later on episode 1. I hate that. I guess it makes up for it if they do flashbacks to them reacting throughout that first episode or throughout the season. I hate when they just skip the 7 months. Like, I want to see the characters depressed as fuck, like pissed off, sad, crying. I want to see them getting their reaction. He feels so guilty for this because he didn't see through Rainwater's plan. Now the whole Marshall's thing with like the whole cattle situation makes more sense of why Casey, what's called, doesn't like being involved between the Rez and the ranchers, it's called beef, because it costed him his brother the last time he got involved. Makes a lot more sense of that whole situation. That's made me understand Marshall's a lot more. I was just watching Marshall's because, like I said, it's on before Tracker, and it also made by the team that made SEAL Team, and SEAL Team is one of my favorite shows I've watched. Well, there's Beth. I still wanted to see her reaction to her brother's death. I don't know if those two were as close with her and Casey.
You want to stay for supper? You can put him in the barn.
I don't think Casey wants to be here.
You can put him in the barn.
Wait, you're giving him the horse? Why are you giving him the horse? Casey blames himself so bad. Casey's blaming himself. John's blaming himself. Everyone's blaming themselves. Because John's pissed he didn't see through Rainwater's plan. Casey's pissed off that he chose the Rez's side and it cost him his brother. Like I said, it's just a lose-lose situation for Casey, but it's also like John's just pissed off that his son died, that he didn't get to see it through. Especially since he just lost his own son. he took the horse into the barn. He's gonna cry in the barn, away from all the other cowboys. You can't let other cowboys see you cry when you're the boss. He's not one of those people that get pissed off and start punching shit. I would have done punched the wall. I'm so pissed off. Yeah, this episode just keeps going. This is one of the longest pilots I've ever watched in my life. I wasn't expecting to be able to watch for this long. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Her brother. He's not going to tell her, is she? Your brother shot his brother, so he shot him. It's as easy as that. He executed his ass, so he executed him. I think deep down she knows that Casey killed him. Maybe? I'm like, why else would you, not talk about the situation? Or I think maybe she thinks he killed one of them. I doubt she thinks he killed his own brother. I don't know exactly what she's trying to think. Maybe she knows that deep down Casey may have done it. Oh shit, he does have the brand. Damn. He's the only one with the brand that can leave the ranch because he's also blood.
I need you more.
I feel like fathers on ranches will always look up to her. It's called firstborn son.
Can you stay for a while?
But I also think he thinks about Casey more.
Just tell me how to fight.
So Jamie ends up being the loaned out brother. Beth's his only daughter, so he's gonna like her more too. So Jamie's like villain story is probably basically Jamie's villain story is acceptable because like the way he was treated by his family. Beth hates him. His father likes the other two sons more than him. He's always going to be the lone man out because John obviously loved his oldest son the most. Casey also said he didn't have the best relationship with his father. So maybe Casey, as the youngest son, got the most, hatred from his father. And Beth, as the only daughter he has, is always going to be like his daughter. So it's going to be like she's like his world type situation. But yeah, that was one hell of an episode. That was worth the wait to watch. And I cannot wait to watch episode 2. Okay, so first thing, I really enjoyed that first episode. I felt like for the last 30 minutes, I was like, oh shit, is it going to end here? Is it going to end here? I'm like, oh my god, there's still time left. And I really enjoyed that part. Like, it felt like it could have ended at so many different situations, but it kept going. And it kept on adding and building onto what's called the story. And we got to the point where Lee died, and I was like, oh shit, I thought that was going to be right there. It was going to be a leaf on a cliffhanger, but no, it still had like another 30 minutes left. But one thing I do have to be honest with you about is 50% of the stuff they were talking about in this episode, I did not understand. Like at the beginning, it was like the whole scene with Beth and that guy where she took the dude's company. I understood about half of that. It was like some business words she was using and all that I did not understand. I'm sure I'll understand more as we watch it, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's what happened in that part. The Duttons have, what was it, 30,000 acre land. People are like threatening, like, you don't need all this land. Why would we do this on your land? Oh, we could steal your land, blah blah blah, land this, land that. Like, been in their family for 6 generations. It's their land. Doesn't matter if you disagree with what they do with their land or that, but you can't steal their land. It's their land to use. And I like the biggest FU they did was move the river. I thought that was the best thing I've ever watched. Like the biggest FU I've seen in a movie or TV show in a long time. It was like, FU, you gonna do all this? The same day they find out about the condos, they fucking moved the river so you can't build the condos. That was just such a good FU. I caught on to where they were leaving on horses with dynamite and the others were moving with ATVs. So I had a feeling that they were doing 2 different things at once. The one thing I've learned about this episode is that when they say they're going to do something, they get shit done. And when they get shit done, it's super fast. The same way where Rip said to Jimmy, yeah, we break the law here, but we do it to where you can't get caught. And that's basically because John is a very powerful man. The Duttons are a very powerful family. The governor, I guess in their pocket, I think he's sleeping with the governor. But the biggest thing I got out of this episode is I feel so bad for Casey. No matter what he does, he's going to be in a lose-lose situation. He's married to somebody that lives on the res, born on the res. Their son was born on the res and is part of the res. He was raised as a Dutton. He is a Dutton, and you can't just like get rid of that just because you don't live there. Everyone's gonna look at you sideways, especially because of your last name. Yes, you can get their trust over time, but at the end of the day, when the conflict goes down between like the way they did with the Duttons and all the cowboys versus the rest, they're gonna look at you sideways and be like, are you staying on our side? Are you gonna not be on our side? I don't know if it's Monica's father or grandpa or something, but like basically said, you need to go pick your family's side and take her with you, so this doesn't, like, she's not affected by it or something. I believe that's the way he put it. But yeah, he's like, you should take your family and actually go pick your family's side, because this war is not going anywhere and it's always going to be a war. He should have listened to him, because him not doing that and actually picking the Rez's side basically got his brother killed. When we were watching, I wasn't sure if he was trying to like help his father or not help his father, but it ended up being he was trying to keep the herd back from the Rez. But then that guy straight up just killed Lee. And Casey just wasn't having it. He's right then and there, he realized he chose the wrong side, executed the motherfucker, and took his body back. For John, literally seeing his sons ride up on the horse, one covered in the other's blood, and he's just dead, like, that has to be the worst feeling as a father. If you're watching this, or I never have experienced anything like that in a lifetime, because that would be absolutely sad. Okay, one thing that didn't get concluded or talked about basically but one time this episode was the whole intro to the episode scene. I think they're going to do what they did about 1923 where it didn't get addressed until a couple episodes later. I'm guessing that's what we're going to do. Secondly, I believe John accused of doing it. Like, he said, you owe me a horse. So basically he was involved in that situation somehow. But to the extent of how it was caused or why he did it, we don't know yet. I'm guessing it was obviously something to do with the whole condo situation that's getting built. If he didn't get crashed into it, I don't think he would have known about the condos, and he basically sent Beth on a mission to go find the condos. Like I said during this, I don't know if he knows what his daughter does to get the information that she does. I'm sure he's not oblivious, that he knows what she probably does to get the information, but Beth is one hell of a shark when it comes to knowing what to do and how to get the information. The family basically uses her to do that, the dirty business stuff. Jamie's supposed to be the clean face, and I don't know, the whole Jamie situation. I basically know what his character arc will be throughout the whole show. I wish I didn't, and after watching this first episode, I kind of see why he ends up in the arc he does. Underappreciated in the family. Lee was his dad's favorite. I don't know where Casey stands yet with the father or the family. Obviously, by the reactions, Beth likes Casey the most out of her brothers. That's what I got from the first episode. It's hit and miss with what's called the dad and Casey. It's Lee was just a special child to the father because basically he was a mini version of him. In this situation, on ranch and stuff, always loved their firstborn the most. Beth's obviously going to be in the father's side because it's his only daughter and it's his baby girl. So I'm basically guessing he's the middle child and that's why he gets treated so badly and turns on the family and stuff. I can see why his arc goes the way it does, basically, is the way I'm trying to say. So far, Jamie's hasn't done nothing stupid where I'm oh shit, I don't like his character, or I do like his character. So far, Beth's the best character in the show. We haven't seen that much of her, but I just know she's going to end up being my favorite character. I'm kind of curious of how the whole Jimmy situation ends up turning around because he obviously does not know what the fuck he's doing. He didn't know how to ride a horse. He was questioning Rip. Rip's just telling him to shut the fuck up and follow the rules. And basically, he didn't get a choice of going there or not. Or he technically got a choice, but Rip just was beating the hell out of him and branded him and shit. But I feel the ranchers are going to, they break a lot of laws and all that. We're going to find out. He's you're a felon. You already are in a lot of trouble. Here, you just won't get caught by doing it because it's basically just not going to get caught because because the Duttons are such a big name in Montana. They could basically get away with a lot of stuff. They're smart about the way they do stuff. Like I said, they sent them up the mountain and then they went over there to get the cattle. They did two things at once. When they strike back right away. There's no hesitating. There's no waiting. They literally did that shit the same night. Earlier that day, he found out about the hotels. Later that night, they're already blowing up the river and going to get the cattle back. They don't fuck around. But yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything in this recap. I believe I talked about everything I needed to talk about. I'm sure there's some things I could have talked about or talked about more. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm tired of talking. I've been talking for 2 hours straight between the reaction and this because I did the outro for the Iron Man 3 right before recording this. So I've been talking for 2 hours and my voice is starting to lose my voice. But yeah, with that being said, if you're interested in watching the full uncut unedited reaction, it will be available on my Patreon page as always. If not, the edited version is always available here on my YouTube. But with all that being said, I hope you all had a fantastic day and I'll catch y'all in the next reaction video. Bye.